Today on the channel from Figure Collections and the Bone Crushing line, we got the Ultimo Dragon and Sonny Onoo.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Ultimo Dragon here, back again with another wrestling figure unboxing and review. And today on the channel from Figure Collections and the Bone Crushing line, we got Sonny Onoo and we got the Ultimo Dragon. But for all your Sonny Onoo Ultimo Dragon needs, hit up Figure Collections. But for all your other wrestling figure needs, hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Gotta get a deal out there. Hear that Kyle a heck of a guy is what I've heard. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And Ultimo Dragon finally getting an action figure after quite some time. It's been a while since the old Jakks Ruthless Aggression days, so I'm here for it here from the Bone Crushing Superstars line. We've unboxed quite a few of these figures on the channel, so check those out. And we got more are on the way with Macho Man and Gilbert and a few others around the corner here. But this Ultimo Dragon Sonny Onoo 2-pack, there's 3 different versions of it. Unfortunately, this Kyle guy that ordered these for me, he messed up. He accidentally ordered 2 of the pink ones, so I forgot to get the other one. We'll see what ends up happening there. Maybe I'll give one of these away on the channel. We'll see what happens there. But we do have a pink one with the mustard-colored suit as well. And then you get a black suited one with a different color, kind of a green one for Ultimo Dragon. So 3 different versions of the Ultimo Dragon. We're talking about the regular edition here today. I don't know if we'll unbox the other ones on the channel. Maybe down the road. We'll see what happens there. But let's take a look at the packaging on this one here. You got Sonny Onoo in that manager position, like a young Bob Backlund or Clarence Mason from back in the Bone Crunchers line. And then, of course, you got the Ultimo Dragon looking good. Of course, quite the 1-2 combo. I did meet them a couple years ago. Sonny Onoo doesn't live too far from me, so I see him around quite often. But Ultimo Dragon, I did get to meet a while back. I did get to actually hold Ultimo Dragon. It was amazing. He fit right in my arms. Fit like a glove, some may say. But looking good over here is the Ultimo Dragon. Looking good in the packaging department. Looks very Bone Cruncher-like. Of course, this being Bone Crusher. Similar but different is what we're going to call that. Figure Collection logo at the top. The action is back. Bone Crushing Wrestlers. Sonny Onoo with selfie camera. Ultimo Dragon with entrance gear. How about that? Bone Crunching Wrestlers on the side. Same thing on this side. On the back, we got a little bit of detail. You got that cross-sell. You know me, I love a good cross-sell. We unboxed both versions of Brian Clark and Blue Meanie on the channel. We got Ultimo Dragon, Sonny Onoo here, and then Macho Man and Dwayne Gill around the corner. Quite the twosome there. Different eras, different aspects of wrestling fandom, I guess, is Macho Man and Dwayne Gill. Kind of which one does not fit. And of course, says the action is back. Hear the bone crunching sound effect. Gently bend the knee or elbow joints forward and backwards. As shown by the arrow. Do not try to bend side to side, just like the old days, of course. Very, very cool. Very cool. Nothing else too cool on the back here. Series 1, of course. No tape or anything like that, so it's one of those ones people can unbox it, put it back in. Not a big fan of that. Would like to see some tape on these. Make sure they're really, really been on card. Plastic prison, a little bit foggy in that plastic too. Not a huge fan of that foggy plastic. Would like to have a little bit more clear look at the figures, and that's what you gotta get, I guess, when you unbox them here. We pull him out, pull Sonny Onoo out as well. Stick these off to the side. I saved the packaging on these. Can't throw that away. And let's start off. Let's go managers first. Managers first. How does that sound? That sound okay to everybody? I guess, sure, why not? But we got Sonny Onoo here, and he's got his selfie camera. Sonny Onoo, a trendsetter. He was ahead of the selfie curve by about a decade. So good to shout out to Sonny Onoo, of course. Looks like Sonny Onoo in the head sculpt department. Also looks like a little bit like a young Masahiro Chono as well. Shout out to Chono, great friend of the channel, of course. But looking good right there. A lot of gum showing on Sonny Onoo and a little bit of teeth as well. Little soul patch down there looking interesting. He's got 2 ears and a mouth and a nose playing those human hits, but those eyes, they're hidden behind the sunglasses. Sonny Onoo got those silver specks on there looking interesting with the black lenses. Black hair for Sonny Onoo that we're accustomed to, of course. Got the finger point of doom. He's going to give you a what you going to do, brother. He's got one of those there. And then the selfie camera here. Old school disposable camera. I'm here for that. It does fit in his hand. Actually, fits really well. Doesn't fall out. And it's one of those accessories you can use with different toy lines if you wanted to along the way. So I do like that camera there. I think that's a nice attention to detail, of course. But both arms do move, but the legs, no movement out of that. You basically just got 2 arms that move and a head. Of course, Sonny Onoo got a very fashion-forward suit here in a teal color. We do know he's got a mustard suit, a black suit. How many Sonny Onoos do you need? I don't know. How many Sonny Onoos are you going to make? That's the question. Not going to fit on a stand of any kind. No holes in the feet, so we're not going to be able to use a stand with old Sonny Onoo. But Sonny Onoo going to take his final stand right there. And I did bring over one Clarence Mason from my bone crunching collection. Got that same finger point going on. A lot of similarities right here. It is a different mold though, but you can see what it's based in. It does feel like something that would have been done back in the day. Of course, they made Sonny Onoo in the Bone Crunchers. Probably would have used the same body, painted the face and arms a different color, put a different head on there, and bam, you got that going right there. But looking very good for what it is. But now the main event of the 2-pack here for I think everybody. It is the Ultimo Dragon, one of the greatest high flyers of all time. A favorite of mine going way back in the day. Absolutely loved him in Japan and of course WCW, even AAA. I believe it was AAA, wasn't it? I'm fairly certain that was. But I watched a lot of Ultimo Dragon in the 90s, back in my tape trading days. So, playing a lot of hits here for me today. I do prefer him in the blue, like this mask. This is more of a greenish one. We do have the different colors of Ultimo Dragon. We showed the pink one over here as well. Got to pick up that other one. It's haunting me. A mistake like this haunts me when I order 2 of these. But it does look good for what it is. But I love this Ultimo Dragon figure. It just fits a Bone Cruncher. And honestly, this is a figure that was around or could have been around in the Bone Cruncher time frame. So it feels like you could almost mix them in with your Bone Crunchers if you wanted to. But looking good in the head sculpt department. I see this. I know this is Ultimo Dragon right off the top. You got kind of that dragon spikes on the top there as well. All the ornate details on the mask looking good and a very stoic head. You got that entrance gear, that shoulder protector, I guess. Just missing the cape like a young Lando Calrissian. But you got that going there looking nice. He's got 2 fists of Ultimo Dragon Fury. He's not messing around. He's bringing you punches, and he's bringing them in bunches. You do got the legs down here, of course, the same teal color. You got a red belt painted on there, and then you got the yellow and red down in the boots, of course. Articulation, arms do go around for us here. That's about it. You do get a little bone crunching action here, like the Bone Crunchers. Actually, I don't know. I don't hear the bone crunching sounds, and I knew they were getting away from those sounds. I do got a Blue Meanie and a Brian Clark right here. You can tell they have it because it's got those little holes in the plastic. So I did hear they were getting away from the bone crunching, but it says it on the package, so you think it would be there. But it does not seem to be with the figures here. So they've moved on from that, and I think most collectors are okay moving on from that because when you're a kid, it's something great, but if you're an adult collector, and let's be honest, this is for adults, you probably don't need that there. But it does say it on the package, so you think it should do that. However, it does not. But I do like the looks of this one, all in the teal and everything else. Legs go up, like I said, but no movement there. No holes in the feet either. No peg stand to happen here. So it kind of is what it is. But it does look good. It definitely hits the Ultimo Dragon feels department. I know who this is immediately when I do see this. Same thing with Sonny Onoo. I know this is Sonny Onoo immediately when I get him here too. So 2 fun figures. Obviously a little bit more expensive. Obviously, though, that's the way things are this day and age. Third-party companies don't have the power of the Mattel or the Hasbros or even the NECAs and Super 7s of the world. So it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but this is the only way we're going to get the Sonny Onoos and the Ultimo Dragons in the world, and that's a lot of the reasons why we're getting the most of our molds with different releases as well. But for what this is, it's not claiming to be the greatest articulated figure of all time. It's strictly nostalgia-based, and man, it does feel very nostalgic to me. A kid that grew up playing with the Bone Crunchers and collecting the Bone Crunchers, and now collecting the Bone Crushers. And then you put Blue Meanie next to him here. You can see how all that kind of scales together. Works for me. Works for me. So there it is, the Ultimo Dragon and Sonny Onoo. Any thoughts from you guys out there? Pickups, passes, long games, no games? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we get videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon, including early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, giveaways, Q&As, you name it, all going down on the old Patreon channel. Appreciate all the support there. Pick up a t-shirt, ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget my book, of course, over on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. It is the complete guide to the Jakks Classic Superstars series. I do appreciate the support there. And then hit me up on social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for the Ultimo Dragon, Sonny Onoo, Blue Beanie, Brian Clark, and Clarence Mason, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon. It was me all along, again.